Okay, so it can recognize that we're friend then. Okay, cool. I'm worried about Ares. Gonna hates Dina. I mean, that certainly doesn't do any good for sus allegations for Dina at this point. If it turns out, though, that this golem was trying to eliminate a threat far early for us, and we let it not do that, that's gonna be hilarious. If you want to teleport, you gotta beat him over the head. Okay, chill. What's it's gonna look like? Hit me with that good character design, baby. Well... sure. Cinema. I don't even know what to say to that, bro. I've seen a lot of shit in my time watching Isekai, but I'm not sure if I've ever seen something quite like that. Oh, did we make it extra fluffy because of her fur? Yeah, once again, I forgot Guy. Doesn't matter. Hot character is hot character. Did we seriously force Ares into sheep form? Pluck off all that. At least Ares wasn't a cow and got milked for breakfast. There's no way they're doing this. That is hilarious. I'm just realizing we could have renamed this show as My New Isekai Life as I Travel in an RV Across Magical Wastelands. We're literally in reincarnated as a vending machine territory now, baby. Like 100%. Man, they're really playing up the sexual tension here, huh? This is some, like, very smooth jazz music right now. I mean, you gotta sell them BDs one way, right? Even the owl is like, woohoo, woohoo. I'm dry as can be. He lost his hardness that he got for when he used to be aroused. He just needs to enjoy the wetness that can now come. Anyway, here's the melons. Bro, they pack and plot this episode between the fucking magical RV and Isekai world and just bazongas. What is this episode? Oh, that's cool. So the species can change sexes. Oh, that's cool. What is with this season and feet? I swear to God, we're getting close to 10 moments of people showing feet in anime this season, which never happens. Oh shit, this music's going hard right now. Oh, not the poor golem. Will he enjoy the femboy supremacy, or will he back out like a pussy? I think he's gonna still pursue Ares. Respect. She covered the pyramid in a barrier so her explosion magic won't kill, like, the pyramid or the treasures. Honestly, that's a sick-ass shot. Is that Saber? Seriously, just when I think I can't love the show more, I see Isekai characters summon an Isekai RV for the most fan-servicey brilliant episode I've seen in some time. Amazing. This was just a small snippet, though. The full live reaction, catch the full one over on Patreon, but let's jump into the review. We got a lot to break down this week. So the sus allegations towards Dina are definitely not going to get any better after the golem immediately went for her. Sure, you could argue, well, the golem just didn't know because she's just a background character, but yeah, the sus allegations definitely be sussin'. But really, that's the least of our importance for this week's to discuss. I mean, we have to first discuss maybe one of the greatest things I've ever seen an Isekai do, which is, of course, the summoning of the RV. Now, I went back a few different times and looked over that scene, and no matter how I read them subtitles, no matter how I interpret what they're saying, I'm thinking to myself, it will be anything but an RV. My brain just couldn't comprehend what was going to happen there, and boy golly, when I see RV summoned, and then the furniture comes with it, surely you can't get better than that, right? Like, Isekai's clearly is peaked. No. We may not have seen exactly what happened to Ares, but one could interpret the fact it was definitely sexual on one side. Now, do I think RMC Luffus was the one to make it sexual? No. Do I think it was femboy Ares? Uh-huh. But could you imagine how much that scene would have been different if Ares was a cow? Now, it wouldn't have been about fur, it would have been about milk for breakfast, but best boy right there is all I'm saying. Now, this is an interesting episode, and I'd say if this was an earlier episode in the show, it might filter some people out because it's very weird. And Isekai at its core is kind of weird. Not to say it always has to be. I mean, there's definitely some serious Isekai shows that doesn't have like a lot of gimmicks or weird factors to it. But I think at its core, Isekai has evolved to being pretty weird. I mean, there's a reason why you hear things like, oh wait, there's a reincarnated as a vending machine anime being made back when the first season. My natural reaction was, yeah, that makes sense. I'm numb to the concept of what Isekai can be. I can name basically anything, and someone will come into my comment section and be like, yeah, I read the light novel to that. It was pretty good. I remember at one point I made a joke about bathwater, and they're like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, just everything exists at this point. So the idea of summoning an RV, while I can't recall the last time, if ever, I've seen a character say, okay, we're going to be on a road trip, I'll just summon a vehicle. At the same time, my brain's like, of course Isekai could do this. And the fact that it then transitions into the fan service episode, because that is what this is. This is the fan service episode of probably the batch. And while melons were floating in hot soapy water, it doesn't change the fact that the characterization was kind of interesting because they haven't really touched upon it much, but our MC was a male player. Now is playing as a female character. There hasn't been a lot of like what that's done to the mentality, but yeah, the concept of, oh, gonna bathe with hot anime babes. That then transitions into the, okay, you know, back in my original life, I was kind of turbo virgin dead in my mind. Anytime I saw hot babes, I got overly flustered to a probably unhealthy degree. But as, you know, cringy as it is, it actually plays into the characterization and the development of a guy now in female body and how that relates. And he's like, man, I no longer get flustered the same way. But like all that stuff, as fan servicey and gimmicky as it is, it doesn't change the fact that it's actually some pretty solid writing. You may not like the writing, but no one can write off that scene as, oh, they just wanted melons to be floating in water. That was a part of it, 100%, but it also played to the whole, like, I'm no longer my original body. It does make me a little confused, and also I'm unsure how I'm supposed to blend all this. And then you have Ares, who's like, hey, I'm the hottest one here. Look at my grippers. It's also kind of cool because they also talk about the frogs, and how the frogs, like, okay, there's like 3 males and a female. The one male beats up the other 2, and then obviously gets with a female. You see that in the animal kingdom all the time. And then one of the males turns into a female, and I'm like, oh, well, that's just cool. If you ask me, that's some pretty cool world building. Then we get into the pyramid stuff, and I actually kind of appreciate how the party initially, like, warned them, like, hey, you shouldn't go in there. You'll die. All right, well, I guess they're gonna die. Initially, I'm like, okay, I appreciate the fact they gave them a warning and they didn't overstep. Then they overstep. I love, too, because it's the funniest thing, because you look at their party formation. I thought they had a mage. Turns out the one I thought was a mage is an archer. It's the worst design party known to man, and while sure, I guess you could objectively say the same thing about ours, we're basically gods. Like, it's okay that we don't have the most perfect team matchup, and they're trying to call us the musclehead. Bros, you will get 1 tap because you have 0 support. What are you saying? And then Dina's out here continuing the sus allegations, being like, hey, let's keep them around. They can be like cannon fodder. Listen, that's just funny no matter how you spin it. And the cool thing too is it's the little blink and you miss it moments. Everyone's going to be like, oh my god, this saber looking character blew up the thieves. But it's the fact that initially it's like, it felt like it doesn't just immediately kill. It's like, I'm going to count down from 10, and if you were to leave before I reach 0 and get to safety, I wouldn't pursue you. But as soon as you mention the fact that, oh, you're here to steal Master's treasure, oh, there's no longer escape. I put up a big bubble and I disintegrate you. All that little shit does a lot for the building of, like, the world and the themes and everything, and I just love that type of stuff. This show's awesome. It's silly as hell, and honestly, the sillier it gets, the more I enjoy it, and when the darker, more intense stuff comes, I enjoy that too. Peak. Let me know your thoughts down below. Drop a like, show your support, subscribe if you're around your Patreon so you can catch those full live reactions, all this and more. And hey, I also like to give video shoutouts to my patrons. So today we got Eternally Lost, Mauve, Omar, Jay Vorty, Daniel Costco, Cephalin Coda, Connor Brown, and we also have GR Valis. I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Have a good one.